Peace to the family. Been doing these videos lately, mainly as a way of like soothing myself. I don't know if you grew up in a single parent household, you or like the mom wasn't there or the dad wasn't there. That's a level of unbalance, and like unbalanced when like you have stress or when you're like not like, it's cool if you're doing good, nobody's like, well, but when things are like low, like when you need somebody to talk to, you don't have a dad to talk to, you have to either be that for yourself, tune into your higher self, or you have to kind of figure that part out, because that's a necessary part. In the Bible, it teaches us to seek counsel. And I'm not biblical. However, the Bible does speak some facts and some truths about life. So the reason that I'm having this conversation today is to talk about two serious things in the realms of dating. For most people, you date based upon exterior mental and emotional connections, but these, if not like looked at a deeper psychological lens in 2021, it tends to breed toxic behavior. Like regardless of what social media is talking about, you do not need to be in a relationship and be like supported by the person in the relationship. If a relationship is to be successful and is to be worked out, you have to love yourself 100%, and you then have to make a choice to say, I want to be with this person because I am whole, right? And say, for instance, you're in a relationship with a person who is not necessarily whole, but y'all in a relationship, you have to know that if that person ever decides to become whole, they probably not going to want you. So, because they wanted you because you filled in the blanks. But generally, once they fill in their blanks, they're going to want something different. When you level up, it's like when you level up in school, you have a different teacher. When you level up at jobs, you have a different office. When you level up in relationships, you want different friends. Now, we have not been taught that relationships equate to freedom. We have been taught that relationships equate to psychosis and narcissism. A person would wait for somebody to compliment them, right? COMPLIMENT. Girl, you look good. Girl, what you doing with all that? You need to vax that thing up, right? Girl, where'd you get those leggings from? I got mine from Rainbow. Cause like I went to shop for some clothes at Burlington. I can't do that no more. I done leveled up. I can't even shop at Burlington no more because I was feeling the material like, ew, what is this? Why is this shit so stretchy? I can't go for that now. Now, I'm not about to wear leggings out here in these streets, but I digress. So yeah, complimenting you on what you look like. And essentially, I know the game. If I can narrate a composition of words in reference to what you like and what you don't like, I can Mac Daddy some shit together. I can Mac Daddy some shit down if I really, really wanted to. But at the end of the day, I don't even play that game. I try to compliment. I don't try to compliment. I try to compliment. See, COMPLEMENT. Meaning that I want to be the person that assists you and build you and be your foundation for the greatest version of you. In reality, to what you may want and what you may desire may or may not have shit to do with me. Love is the fact of knowing that your partner might desire a relationship outside of you. Love is boundaries are for yourself. Boundaries are not for your partner of where your partner should or shouldn't go. But when you're in the realm of psychosis, meaning that you're so psych, meaning your soul, osis, disconnection. When you are disconnected from your soul, society teaches you to be to be connected to your husband, to your wife, to your partner, to your girlfriend, to your boyfriend. That is not the way relationships work at all. No matter what you read on social media, no matter what your mother told you, no matter what your father told you, a relationship is a choice that a person makes out of being whole. But if you don't have the ability to do the psychological work and build yourself up psychologically to the point of connecting to your soul, being psychologically sound, the reality of being psychologically sound is reserved for people 80 plus years old. Meaning that by the time you get 80 years old, you like, oh shit, I got a soul. None of this shit even mattered. I just was out this bitch living reckless and lawless. I'll tell you how psychosis and narcissism starts though. When we are born, okay, we are a free-flowing spirit out in the realms of existence. Free as a bird, right? And then we get sucked into this, not even a baby fetus at this point. We get sucked into this fucking angel that is literally a Cupid. Why is Cupid a baby with an arrow? Because you are Cupid. You are, in a sense, your mother and father's psyche or Cupid. Psyche, Cupid, same energy. If you look up the etymology and the stories of Valentine's and all of that shit, they're literally talking about the child's spirit shooting an arrow into the dad, into the mom. Now y'all two love each other. Now y'all two about to bump uglies and even act like y'all like each other. This arrow gonna make your dad think that your mama cute. This arrow is gonna make your mama think that your daddy is cute. Daddy's respectable. He's loving, he's kind, he's caring. Reality, your daddy ain't none of that shit. Your daddy is a 2-time felon out here in these streets. Ain't worth 2 bags of nickels, but since you need to be created, you gonna have to make it do what it do, baby. So you gonna take your dad, 2-time felon ass, boom. Your mom, nurse, boom. Now they're having sex. You brought them together. Maybe you did it righteously, maybe you did it unrighteously, but when it comes to survival, none of that shit really matters, right? It don't matter so bad. I ain't even gonna get you to the greed of how life is created and how it's created don't fucking matter so bad that some people are born under the worst conditions. I'll give you an example. It was little babies, like little babies in the Haitian refugee camp. Now, them and new Haitian refugees, they said to be refugees for the past 3 years, and they was little babies. So in theory, I wasn't there, but in theory, they was in Chile in a refugee camp fucking and having babies. Like, what happens in the mind to say, you know what? let's just set a pallet down and let's just start fucking while these gunshots and things, while we in this homeless shelter, while we displaced from our homeland and things of that nature. I don't know. For me, it just seemed like the last thing on my mind. Okay? It's the last thing on my mind. So I say that to say, you're born in this world. You are a spirit. You are the person that you are today as this grown ass person. Right? But when you were a child, you had a soul, and that soul was fully grown, fully mature, fully cognizant, fully aware, and it had no connection between you and your brain to put 2 and 2 together. So essentially, your soul said, this is useless. All this dude is going to do is cry. It's useless. So generally, your soul went to sleep. Especially if you're not in a Vedic family or a family that practices reincarnation or the travel from the ancestor realm back to the child realm. If your family was just basically Christians and things of that nature, you just came into a world of confusion and lostness in reference to your actual soul. You tuned in to what your parents told you. Now, the way that it should have went is that your parents should have listened to you and said, dear soul, in this child's vessel, what should we do to better assist you for your overall development? You would have been like, put me in music classes, put me in dance. I want to go to the forest. I need to travel, see other countries. You knew that shit when you was 5 years old. Tell me I'm lying. And you might have told your parents this, and they looked at you like, well, first of all, you going to daycare. Second of all, you going to public school. Third of all, you better get a fucking job. In that order, right? Literally, you sit and basically you have this authoritative figure. Because no matter how many times have you went to school and your teacher drunk, right? Your teacher drunk as shit, trying to teach the class. Yes, like fucking not giving a fuck about shit. Is her paycheck coming on Friday? Cool. That's all I care about. But yet and still, I gotta learn from this society. And then my parents is gonna be like, how you do in school? What you mean how I did in school? Did you ask how the teachers was doing? That bitch came to school drunk. Not me. I don't even like alcohol. I'm a kid. She was drunk. Superintendent get fired. They change curriculum. They telling you stories that don't exist. They making you feel like, your ancestors were slaves. That's a whole nother story. But the moral of the story is going to school, being told what to do 8 hours a day, never being told, hey, Pookie, what is it that you would like to teach this class today? What is important on your heart? What is the most important thing on your mind? How can we develop your talents and interests and things of that nature? How can we support you long term? No, we should judge you and rate you. How many times you got a little boy with an abundance of energy and all your teachers can say is, boy, you can't sit down? What do that got to do with anything? It's like saying the trees is green. What do kids being active have to do with their capacity to either learn, be proficient? Nothing. So your parents, if your parents don't say, I need to tune into my children and figure out their disposition, how they're going to be long term. If your parents are saying, fuck all of that, I'm going to just tell my kids what to do, then that creates psychosis. Because you have a soul that wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free. So how does this play out in relationships? You want to be free. You always want to be free. The soul, you don't want to be rich. You don't want a nice car. You don't want a nice house. All of these are symbols for freedom. And you wanted to be free since you were a child. Even to the point of, it's not even the point of your parents. If you had a cognizant soul when you was a child, that means that your soul said, I want my left hand to smack her in the ass, right? But when you're a baby, your motor functions, like, you can tell that they want to do shit that they just can't do. So imagine your consciousness at this time. Imagine you right now. But imagine you couldn't talk, you couldn't walk, you couldn't move, you couldn't do shit really. People had to pick you up, and then motherfuckers let you fall off the bed, all types of crazy shit. Every single day, all day, you would go so fucking crazy that you would have to go to sleep. So when you have a spiritual awakening, it's that same energy. So why does this play? What makes this important why is this so important in relationships? If this is not being fostered and flourished in your relationship, then you playing a certain game that you've learned or that you observed, but it's built upon psychosis. So psychosis is the diagnosis. The behavior is psychotic. Psychotic is when you imagine a false reality is real. So in your relationships, you may feel like this is the truth. Your partner may feel this is the truth, but y'all both are psychotic. Because he's using you, she's using him, when they need to tune into their souls and be free. So if it goes good, congratulations. But generally when it goes bad, motherfuckers start pointing fingers. Am I lying? It was his fault. No, it was her fault. See, but you don't understand. No, but see, the thing is, now, am I telling the truth about this? No, see, but if you don't do it like this, and this, y'all are psychotic. And I'm not saying it, I'm saying it medically. I'm not saying it derogatory. For people to practice spiritual, this is why the most important aspect to relationships is always the girlfriend, y'all. The girlfriend is always telling me about the boyfriend as if the girlfriend and the boyfriend shouldn't be together in this shit. This shit is important. Cause what tends to, if y'all listen, if y'all ever bought the class, Chakra Nova, I said, I started the shit off. I was listening to the class the other day. I said, if you got friends, if you got family, and you serious about this, make peace with letting them go before you start. Because when you tune into your soul, things will start working for you. And then people will get mad that things are working for you. And instead of tuning into their soul, they just mad at you. The diagnosis is psychosis. The action is psychotic. You dig? So, narcissism is just that deeper need that you did not receive as a child. And so, since it's like a cutoff, it's like a break, and there's nothing that you can do within your relationships besides hope and pray that your partner tunes into their soul and fills in the blanks, fills in the gaps for themselves. Because that's the only thing that's going to save you. But at the same time, it comes with a level of not letting go. I'm not saying none of this so you can then justify your reasons from running away from your partner, running away from your family, just like your daddy did. No. We're not saying that. I'm breaking down this conversation so you can understand how to fucking stay, how to hold it fucking down, because the relationship wasn't even created by you. The relationship was created by your children. The whole reason you even like that man is for them children that you love so much. You love those children so much, but fuck they daddy. Y'all don't want to talk about this shit right now. I know it. Because society, the media, the government will support your psychosis. It will support your psychotic behavior. But when it comes to, you know what? For the children, I have to heal myself. For my 4 sons, I have to heal myself. You don't even get it. For my 4 children, I have to figure out how to heal myself. Because it's not a point of me pointing the finger and saying, kids this, wife that. No. It don't work like that. Think about your ancestors. Not even deep. Just think about your grandfather and your grandma. They was going through the same shit. The only difference between us and them is that granddad would never think to leave grandma. Ever. It wasn't even a thought. Wasn't even, no matter what happened, no matter what she did, no matter what he did, grandpa had 28 kids. 14 of them was grandmas. The other 14 was, but grandma and grandpa was together. Now you might call that toxicity, but when you look at the world, it's called family. Family is a device for freedom. Family is not a device of subjugation. You don't look at the family and say, okay, now that we have family, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. No, a family don't work like that. A family is, if you ever need anything, you know where the fuck to come. But in reference to that, fly, motherfucker, go ahead and do your thing. Figure it out. But why would I be like, all right, kids, I'm about to leave and do my own shit. Cause some difficult shit happened and daddy couldn't handle it. And this is the message that I want to leave forward to you. If shit gets stressful, sons, I want you to always keep an overnight bag just in case you might have to leave and dash out this motherfucker. I would never send that message. In reference to them bringing me to this place, because my children brought me to this place, not me. Me within, left to my own devices, I'm trying to compliment some girls tonight. Hey, them is some nice jeggings you got, sis. However, outside of that, it's family. You can't think on that level. You think about longevity. You think about the positive things that you could begin to do. And then you start to do the soul work. You start to do the transformational work. You start to do the family work. You start to do the ancestry work. None of that is talking about running away and leaving, but it's always talking about freedom. So by being the foundation, by grounding yourself in your family is how you access your level of freedom. Running away, not dealing with your responsibilities, not being accountable, not doing the soul work, acting as if you free from some shit. You ever seen somebody that ran away from some shit? You ever seen somebody that ran away from some shit? That's all they can fucking think about and talk about. It's sad, really, if you really think about it and you really had a conversation with somebody that's running away from their responsibilities. It'll get to a point with that person. It's like, man, maybe you should just go back and handle that shit. Because running away don't seem to be solving it, because your energy and your disposition is just 15 different ways from right. And if we were to ever talk about how to get it right, you would have to get back to the source of what got you so fucked up. And then from there, you'll figure it out. But how do you navigate this world? How do you navigate? It's a million different things that's happening outside of you. Psychosis, narcissism, you're trying to make a decision. You're trying to figure out the best thing to do. And there's just too many options. You just don't fucking know. So if you can't live like that. So you have to form a belief. And that belief is bullshit. It's generally something that don't pan out. And then if I start to talk you and start to hit you on them fucking beliefs, now you're emotionally triggered. Now you want to fight. Now you want to cry because you are a child. See, when you stand in your truth, a motherfucker can't really say shit to you. Can't say shit about you. Can't hurt you. Can't. You're unstoppable, unfuckwithable. But when you are living a lie, the only person that knows you're living a lie is you. And the feelings that persist from you living a lie are the shit that we call hormones. This is your problems. This is your issues. This is your difficulties. And how do you solve it? Follow your soul. Let your inner being decide for you. Tune into your inner being. Have a relationship with yourself. At every moment, you have something within you is giving you the right advice, telling you what to do. But if you don't actively seek that and actively see, the difference is you might think you already do that shit, but your soul is never going to give you a psychotic episode in reference to negativity. This person don't like me. This person is against me. This person trying to hold me back. That's psychotic. If you tuned into your soul, you realize that life is about the decisions and the choices that you make. And as you make those decisions and choices, your soul is not going to tell you to do something and not give you grace as you either learn, develop, attract, meet, grow, develop, attract, meet, expand, be free, learn, attract, all of this positive shit. Your soul is like, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Your psychosis, your psychotic episodes is, but damn, my baby mama don't like me. What the fuck that got to do with anything? You ever be talking business with somebody and they start talking about their relationship? Who the fuck let Jermaine in here? We was talking about this new app we was developing, and here you go start talking about Jermaine. And if you ever feel like you do that, don't nobody give a fuck. Especially now, we about the present and we about the future. The past has to be some form of healing that you need to take place and deal with it. Because essentially, y'all want people to be your psychologists, right? You want to use your relationships as places of venting, right? Oh, I need somebody to talk to. If somebody ever come at you like that, be like, my shit is $425 an hour. You can pay me Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, $450 an hour. You treating me like I'm a psychologist, sis. That's how much they charge. What are we doing? If you want to vent to me, oh, that's $450. Listen, the energy that a motherfucker can give you when they complaining is the energy of a tsunami while you trying to build a fucking sandcastle. You trying to do the shit that you trying to do for your life, and then you pick up the phone and the nigga just giving you negative energy. That's blowing your shit away. You don't even know what the fuck you was doing all day. Cause the nigga just feel like, oh, this is a safe space. Here go my fucking tsunami. If you don't become psychologically sound and find the goodness within you and learn how to share that, what are you here to learn? You are here to learn unconditional love. Why? Because you taught that. How did you teach unconditional love? You brought two strangers together and said y'all need to have raw sex. Oh no, don't come on her lips. Come inside of her. Yes, I want to be alive today. We ain't doing no porno style stuff. We want it raw dog, cream pie. I'm about to exist out in these streets. That's some magic. You teaching unconditional love, cause ain't no way Jermaine and Charmaine's ass was supposed to have a baby, and here your ass come. Okay, so you as a teacher And a connector, you was an Aquarian before you was even born. You were Cupid. Your kids are the reason that, like, at a spiritual level, at a hormonal level, of why you love their mom. It's millions of chicks out here, fam. Billions upon billions upon millions of chicks. So the logical human reasoning is, why do I need to stay with this one girl when I can have a million other girls? That's the diagnosis is psychosis. The action is psychotic. Because if you were tuned in, tapped into your soul, you would say, oh shit, I only can be with mama as we gonna be old as fuck. You know what y'all should do? Y'all should look for them goddamn pots that you piss in and practice that shit and see who can do it better. Right? Y'all should lay down in bed and try to slide one of them pots under y'all asses while y'all in bed. Because y'all gonna be old together. And it ain't about the millions of women with fatter asses. It's about legacy. It's about a family tree. It's about ancestry. Do y'all not understand that? And if this ain't the energy for the man that got kids, like, how the fuck? Y'all got kids together? Y'all thinking about breaking up? How that work? Y'all got kids together. Y'all gonna have grandkids together. What, you gotta drop them off over granddad house, then drop them off over mama house? I mean, I guess it worked like that, because it worked like that, but damn. Is that what we're really trying to set up for our village mentality and things of that nature? I don't know. But, like I said, I like doing these talks. I don't feel like I'm doing too much. And I'm still feeling like I'm giving my authentic self and my real scholarship and work in a little short burst of info. So thank y'all for tuning in and tapping in. Be sure to purchase a book or two or three. ColumbianExchange.com. Thank y'all for all y'all support. And I'll see y'all a little later. We're going to have book club tonight. So I'll see y'all at book club for sure. We're going to finish up Becoming Like God. And I'll talk about the other books that we'll be doing and talking about in the book club. So peace.